talked to him a bit, and we were like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And then it just talked, and it drank some weird purple liquid that seemed to do some weird stuff to it or something. I'm not entirely sure. After that, man, we really were just talking for a while. After that, Rayla and Mavis found that big book filled with a lot of information that I cannot pull from my memory at the moment. But after they talked about that, and then they tried to ask a bunch of other questions, like, "Oh, where's the the index of the of the Giants' research notes or whatever?" Then,
What kind
uh,
of answer did they get, Double?
there is one theoretically, however, you know,
Mhm.
it ain't nobody got time for that.
That is correct.
So after
Just
that,
saying.
Mavis ran off to go get the dude in the stuff, Sinek, something. I'm so bad with names. He ran off to get him, and then Mavis and not Mavis, Rayla and Andre followed the goose, and then it walked on like a weird circle thing and disappeared. After that, I mean, they found a giant mall. They found his bed. And other than that, there wasn't much else. And then they met back up. There's a little brief exchange of Andre's going to be like, "I might have to shoot you," and then Mavis is like, "Oh no, it's fine." He's like, "All right." Then after that, oh man, uh, I mean, after that, I think everyone just kind of like they just let the guy go, gave him the note back, and just went to go to sleep. And then
A
everyone had
nice,
their all
peaceful, uneventful slumber?
had all their dream stuff or whatever.
What kind?
What?
What kind of dreams?
I don't know. It varied depending on the person. One was a phone call.
That's fair.
The other was man. I don't know why I can't remember that one. Oh yeah, it was talking to Rayla talking to some dude that she hasn't told us about or something, and apparently she has multiple people who have multiple versions of themselves going around. And then Andre just kind of talked with the author.
Uh-huh. Go on.
And that's the gist of it.
There's nothing more?
Not that I can remember.
What about the ones you can't remember?
I can't remember them. I don't. Like, I'm sorry, I can't.
I was just curious to see what you'd say.
I'm running off like 8 graham crackers right now and some milk, bro.
Yeah,
Please.
that's fair. I won't give you shit. I am barely conscious as well. I'm eating ice cream to try and give myself energy.
I respect it.
All right. Thank you for your effort in in your summary of the last week's events. And you do get your inspiration.
Nice.
And we'll start. No, actually, let me just this.
Are we in roll 20?
Yeah, I opened it up so you can see while you
Alright.
walk around. And we'll start up where we left off. Through this dream, Andre and the surrounding of him had the room where the party was sleeping become increasingly and increasingly more hot. Even going to the point where it started to feel a bit more like an oven or some sort of pyre. He himself didn't seem to mind, but Mavis and Rayla chose to go away. And they left towards the Giant's laboratory, with Rayla um, clinging in both of her arms. One of the Giant's gigantic pillows. As you pass the door and shut it lightly behind you, Mavis, you hear Rayla mutter a couple of words halfway through her slumber. Go black sleep, my Mavis. And laying down the pillow, or rather throwing it down and then throwing herself on top of it. She goes back to sleep, as you're, for the moment, left to your own devices within the Giants laboratory. What do you do?
It'd be real boring. these these are all books, right?
These are all books. Looking at the shelf, you can see that there's a lot, easily over 100, of spined books. Each of them seem to be well maintained, but a lot of them also seem quite old. For some of them, small shards are torn off, or clearly pages have been lost. Efforts, you can tell, seem to have been made to preserve them. And on top of the bookcase, there seem to be 5 books that garnered particular attraction or attention.
The books.
I heard the last half of that.
What are the books?
Ah. Of the 5, you actually recognize one of them. The title is somewhat familiar. A Gentleman's Humor. It's the Yellow Book. The Purple Book has written with a clear and clean handwriting regarding influences, those manifestations of aspects that remain. It's easily the thickest and biggest book of all the ones that are currently on top of the pile. The red one is entitled The Devoured Tantra in bold, almost scrawled letterings. As for the blue one, it has a very professional case in case um, script that reads The Treatise on Underplaces. The green one doesn't seem to have anything, and it's even torn in half.
Could I have seen the Gentleman's Humor before?
Fuck you!
I was that on the ship?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the book you read on the ship.
Okay.
You and your keen mind.
That was me genuinely forgetting.
That's fine, no worries.
Sooner or later, Rome's gonna have us all pass out for 1 month exactly.
To refresh it, yeah.
Don't tempt me, Double.
Dude, no, we're gonna sleep for 1,000 years.
Pull the Rip Van Winkle maneuver.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, man, I really need to, like, restore myself, though. Can I just remain asleep for the foreseeable future?
You can't just go back to sleep.
I
Because,
can?
oh yeah, for the record, you have not gotten a long rest.
I know that.
Okay.
I am keenly aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
I have nothing.
Right.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna be boring. Maybe this is just gonna be like, alright, Rayla has the right idea. She's gonna lean against the wall, like sit down, back, lean against the wall, and kind of just nod off.
Alright. As you go back to sleep, after a few minutes, you see Alfred hover into the room, sliding open one of the doors as quietly as possible. He begins to approach you, carrying something supple in his arms. Do you do anything?
I'm gonna be like, oh, hi.
Oh, hello, ma'am. I thought you had been asleep, so I brought this. And he unfolds a piece of cloth.
Uh, what is?
I believe this is referred to as a blanket.
Ah, that's what you meant by piece of cloth. Oh, that's very kind of you.
Of course, ma'am. Well, shall I? And kind of gestures towards your still sprawled body.
I mean, I'm sitting up.
Okay, you stood up.
Yeah.
Oh, were you sleeping standing up?
No. I said sitting up. I'm like,
Oh,
I
okay.
am 90 degrees against roughly.
Okay, so you did stand up. Okay.
Um, like I'll stand to take it from him. That's fine.
Alright. Now then, if you'll excuse me. And he turns around back on his heels, slides the door open, and goes to exit.
Yeah, he's already gone. Any questions I would have asked? Not now. And Mavis is just gonna sit down again. Look at Rayla across. Sigh, get up again, put the blanket on Rayla. Then
That's,
walk back and lie down.
that's sweet. Alright. You lie down and you start to fall asleep. And for once, you actually do fall asleep. You feel something tug at the back of your mind. And for a brief moment, you feel yourself high in the air. With the sight looking down on some sort of gallery, a room that overlooks a wide clearing with a few trees sprouting up, bearing golden fruit. Down, you can see Andre speaking with someone. The person looks away for a moment and looks at you. Andre himself doesn't seem to notice, as the movement is quite practiced, subtle. She gives you a small smile, and the both of you wake up, having both long rested. What do you do?
She saw me. I'm gonna knock at the stone. Like the stone door, and be like, Andre?
Yeah.
Andre, you can hear this.
You good?
Why would I not be?
You were kind of boiling for a while there.
Oh.
I mean, I figured you'd be fine, but because last time you were. But did you speak to your? Did you speak to the shard again?
Well, earlier, yeah.
So not this time.
No.
Did you speak to anyone?
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want to talk, I won't force you. Okay.
Well, what do you want? Like, do you want something specific, or
I don't know. I just
like, yeah, I talked to someone. That
no additional information. Like
it's that author lady. I don't even know if we talked about it that much.
I don't know an author lady.
Yeah, she wrote a bunch of banned books.
And oh, like the one about the aspects you guys found a while ago.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
stuff
I
about the
never got to read
artisans.
that one.
I mean, you can if you want.
There's so many books I have to read now. Like, so many.
Welcome to Lit 101.
Did you have anything?
Oh, well, I didn't really. I saw this like orchard. I don't know if it's an orchard, but it had like golden fruit and stuff. And I saw you talking to a woman.
Yeah, that was me.
That was the author. Oh, okay. Yeah, she saw me,
All right.
and then she kind of just smiled, and then I woke up. So, like an expecting smile, like a same shit as always smile, or was it more, or was it just a smile?
It was almost like a a hello, like a welcoming smile.
Okay.
Not quite homey, but definitely a greeting.
Hmm.
Is that it?
Yeah, no, Rayla passed out again, so and like I still hadn't rested after, you know, the big fight with the giant, so I kind of just right. I told you about Thamus, right?
Like the guy?
Yeah, wizard guy.
Like I've met the guy. What do you?
Oh, okay. So remember how he was like, oh, 2 days, and then I was like, oh, we need to destroy the worms, and then you destroyed the worms.
Uh-huh.
So, I think in like about a week, I think he said a week. New Orne is gonna be gone. Cause you know the worm thing? Apparently they're all really big now.
I see.
And I really didn't want to think about it, but you know how I threw some of them in the river, and that I've been like bleeding worms kind of since we left Cherkov,
Yeah.
and um. Um, I think I hope Nafer's alright. Uh, uh, so yeah, they're gonna like destroy everything. So it's glad that you destroyed them and were able to, because I think I wouldn't have been able to fight again.
I see.
Yeah. And he said that he's doing this because it's him that like was commanding this, really. Granted, I guess whatever. But yeah. So he said that he's doing, because I asked him why are you doing this? Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like he's the villain out of like a book that you would read as a child, right?
He's just another 2-bit psychopath.
Yeah, exactly. You put it. Oh, you put it into words. Thank you. But yeah, so I asked him why, and he's like, "Oh, it's for this prophecy by a woman named Amir Zara." And that's what he's like following right now.
Okay then.
And I think so. That's another thing I think we have to look into now. Oh, he did say, however, that the birds would be upset with the worm thing.
I see. Well, how about this? He reaches into his bag, pulls out the sending stone, and goes, "You should probably relay that information of wherever you dropped those worms at, but don't specify it was you. And just say that there is trouble there, mention the worms, and then maybe Guilford can do something about it. Because as it stands, we won't be able to help anyone. At least back there.
I'm pretty sure they're already aware.
And if
I'm
they
like
aren't,
99% sure that they're aware.
aware of what?
Whatever chaos the worms are causing. We hit like 4 different cities.
Maybe, but then it would be good if we knew that they knew.
Yeah, but then wouldn't they ask how we know?
Maybe, but let's go. If we go with the assumption that they don't know, then people are going to die.
Okay. Okay.
You got 25 words.
Like, it has to be at 25, or can I do less?
I'm pretty sure you can do less.
Okay. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna workshop those first. Hi. Right, because you gotta do greeting.
Okay.
Or to whom it may. To whom
It's
it
to
may
Guilford. Like, it's
concern.
Guilford's sending stone.
Oh. Sir Guilford. Comma. Got word of trouble in Trigoth, New Orne, Undra, and more. Must destroy worms. Thanks. Andre and Co.
Do you have you been rehearsing that, or have you actually like sent that message?
I mean, I was rehearsing that.
Okay, okay.
Is that good?
We're not naming our group Andre and Co. Please.
Is that your only complaint? Okay, I'm sending it as.
Alright. So you take up the stone and repeat that message.
Yeah, I counted like 20, 21, so good.
You yeah, you do that.
It gets the job done. Okay. How often can you use that?
I believe it's once a day.
Okay, cool. So, like, if he wants to send something back, though, like, he'd be able to today.
Well, the way the spell works is that you can respond after a message.
Okay. And that one, alright, that doesn't take up the one use. That'd be pretty shitty if it did. Alright, well, that's taken care of.
After a few seconds, you do get an answer back, Mavis. Thank you for the message. We'll look into destruction. Tomorrow send information how you obtained. Guilford.
told you so. Fuck. Okay.
What are you talking about?
They want to know how we know this.
Oh, okay. Well, I can't hear
Don't
it.
they all have people tracing us? They know we're not Nafer anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if we really want to say something, we could just mention the moose. He's given us a lot of information.
That was what I was planning, actually.
It's not even technically wrong.
Yeah, no, it's his problem. And granted, he could send them after me. Actually, yeah, he would most definitely send them after me. Or tell someone that we're in Bethende that has more importance. Or the birds. Fuck, I can't bring up some moose, can I?
We've talked with
I love
him.
him so much.
I think we've mentioned him to Guilford, haven't we? Yeah, we've mentioned him to Guilford.
We asked about him. He's part of the birds.
Yeah.
Can I just like blame the shard?
On what, the worms?
Like just say like, how did you obtain message? One word response. Shard.
I don't think he knows about the worms. I think those are after his time.
Yeah, we know that. Guilford doesn't know that.
But if they do, then they immediately know that we're lying.
They're gonna question a god?
They're gonna question us just saying that. Unless we really want to try to double down and play dumb.
You are good at that.
Every time we've doubled down, it got worse.
That is true. One time Mavis really tried to play dumb and it backfired spectacularly.
It's so fun though.
It is.
Giant. We could just say giant.
We
or
could.
Mirazora.
We could
See
mention
what response
the
that gets.
Yeah. I mean, we could also just say it was from Vision because it kind of was. We did learn a lot from those two. Didn't you have a few of them? Can't you say you just spoke with the guy that messes with all the worm stuff?
That's the thing, though. They're usually just trying to talk to me. I'm not really experiencing events.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Why don't you just, if we're asked, why don't you just mention the things that control it are talking to you?
Because then it'd be like, here are the things that are controlling it talking to you.
I guess that's fair.
Why communication with something that should not exist right now? Man, aren't you supposed to be a spy?
Okay.
Happened.
Yeah, but we didn't do. It wasn't a lot of like, oh, you know, you infiltrate, like, you know. I did spy work differently than what you would think. Like, I didn't like integrate in a society. I broke into buildings.
So you're a thief.
Yeah? Listen, I wasn't the talker, okay? That wasn't my job. I could, but there was someone else who was way better at it.
Oh, God,
So I left that to her.
Okay.
Think I did that alone? You've known me you know my capabilities. Do you think I could do all of that espionage on my own?
Well, no, I knew you were with a team. I'm just... I don't know, I thought that would be in spy skill set. Like, you'd all have to have, like... somewhat of the same skills? You know, like base work?
Yeah, so.
But, like, wouldn't they have taught that in school? Like, your spy school?
There wasn't a school for it.
Okay.
You really think we're just a bunch of warmongers, huh? See, no, you're the bad person here.
Maybe just gonna stare at you. Yeah, I wonder what would be the basis for that kind of thinking.
I feel like you don't even know. Like we haven't even like provoked anyone.
There's
Okay, I shouldn't say over all time. I mean in my time. Because like now that I think about it, if I go, yeah, I'm not gonna take responsibility for that far back. I mean, I guess I shouldn't take it anyway. Whatever.
listen, all I know is it was Bathunde that took me to that place.
I already said this before. I have no information on any type of weird cult dealings. Okay.
There's experimentation.
Whatever. You know what I mean.
I forgot. That's so good.
It's just like a stone door in between you guys, and you're just yelling out,
It's like-
"Yeah!"
It's like the visiting hours at like a police, like a prison. Because it's like I don't want to open this door. Like I don't know why they like. I was gonna ask why did they close it behind him? These things are heavy. Ugh. I'm gonna open it to leave anyway. I guess Andre will open it, or at least try to.
You do your gosh darned best. Roll athletics.
13.
It takes you a good while. Like, you actually have to try a lot to open it. And after a good few minutes of slowly making progress, you open a path that's just barely enough for you to squeeze down through.
Ugh. Why do we close these doors?
Because you had, it was like melting hot in there, boiling hot.
Then why not let it vent out?
Because we didn't want to, it was hot. And this room is cool now.
Whatever. Getting back on track, do you think I'm some type of conspiracy war experimental whatever?
No, I genuinely believe you when you say you have no knowledge of this. I don't, but I still know that it exists.
I'm not saying it doesn't exist.
But no, I'm not gonna. Listen, I know it was like rough at the beginning, but like I just knew that you did some kind of work on behalf of Bathunde. And I'm an experiment gone wild in one case. I don't blame you for whatever Bathunde does. That doesn't make sense. God, how do we even get onto this?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I just asked how the visions were. Oh yeah, did you learn anything from the chat with the author?
A few things. Well, one thing that concerns us is that there might be something more concrete, or at least a name to help with your, I guess, condition.
Oh?
Some elixir. I refuse to pronounce the name. I'm sorry. I forgot.
You have to.
I don't
The
remember.
Blom.
Sublime. Look at me. I am
Zibwam.
now.
It was.
I will twirl my mustaches, drink my wine, and eat my baguettes.
Yeah, it's really hard to pronounce French words in the way I talk as Andre. So it's like because I have to like change everything.
Zeblam.
Zebwam. Yes, these eyes of French.
You rolled. That arm was so good. Oh, wait, I need a second.
Did you forget that I actually speak French?
No, it's just, I don't know why. It's just, out of all the other ones, the way you exaggerated it was so much better. Like, oh, man. Like, I think my brain had some image in my head of, like, how it sounded like, but you just exceeded it. So that, oh, man.
Nice.
Ugh. Okay. Yeah, I only have a name, gonna be honest.
Does this elixir ring any bells?
Fuck no.
Okay.
Yeah, even she said it was superstition. And considering her group of people, that must mean it's barely defined. Thing
But
is,
people, the aspects are fables, so do it at the start.
yeah. It's also, I have a contact on a different continent, but apparently, it seems like they're a bit more open about this stuff. I mean, maybe she just had a different type of knowledge, so that's what she referred to that place as, but I don't know. It's not really important right now.
Someone you'd want to contact, right?
Someone we could contact. But obviously, that's on a different continent, so it's kind of out of our reach at the moment. Even if we had any reason to go.
Hey, if we get hunted down here, we can always go there.
Yeah. Rama, would Andre know of a way to get to the other continent?
There's very few people that have actually managed to get there. Of the actually roll history first.
Got you. Boom. Boom. And ooh, 5.
Yeah, you'd know only of 3 groups
Oh, wait.
because they have
That's a disadvantage. I forgot. Also, that athletics earlier would also, I forgot. I still have 1 tick of exhaustion. Then I'm going to roll the athletics again. Just to see.
I mean,
all right, it was a 15 for the athletics.
Yeah,
but
that's
history,
okay.
let's see if I can get even worse. I'm just curious. Okay, that's way better. All right, yeah, no. So, yeah.
bro, you'd only know of 3 groups then that have made their knowledge of it quite a present. The first would be Bethinde itself. You know, especially because they recently made an announcement that they were going to war and sending people over to fight.
Yeah.
The second one would be the Holgians, who have made similar comments. And the third would be the Oiles, who themselves are widely known as merchants and have publicized quite a bit their ability to reach all the way over there by boat.
All right. I'll relay the 3 groups of just, those are the 3 that, I know of that can get there, but one of them wouldn't be great. The other one, I mean, maybe. I do also have I don't know if he's still in the military or not.
What do you think?
Well, that's just Andre kind of speaking out loud.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know if he still has dealings with the military. He might already have been sent over. And then there's the Oiles, where we have to make dealings with Guilford, which doesn't sound bad considering that we need money. But also, it's a little shady, but we kind of take that whatever we can get right now. And let's not make plans around getting chased out of the country.
hey, it's always good to have a backup,
Fair.
especially with how we've been going.
Okay, I feel like we've been acting as if, we're going for the backup. Given your attitude.
Fine, whatever.
Wow, I was expecting a lot more resistance. Because the attitude.
Mavis purposely just blinks.
Hey, I'm just saying, okay. There's merit in that, but the guy had a bow trained at us. That's all I'm saying. I mean, regardless, it's water under the bridge. We wouldn't have found this place if we didn't. So I guess it's actually a... Okay, technically, I guess it worked. It was probably for the better, given everything. I'm gonna stop talking.
You can't let her ego grow more, but you can't. I have to deal with that.
Okay. Well, so you have a contact on a different continent.
Well, I don't know how to contact them is the problem.
Okay. I was made aware that I might have some family, we'll call them family or just cousins in the mountains here somewhere.
Oh. All right. Like metaphorically or
you know I wasn't alone at the facility, right?
Yeah, you mentioned other people.
So they might be those other people. And I don't... Granted, it's been like a while since I've last seen any of them. Actually, specifically last time I saw them, the whole room had caved in, so... Yeah. Which was partially my fault, but also... not really my fault? I don't know. Yeah. They're here still, apparently. So yay.
All right. He's gonna look over at Rayla, who is unconscious, and go, maybe that's her secret, is the amount of sleep she gets.
Let's see if she sleeps the most out of us.
I think she could sleep for the rest of her life if, you let her.
But, her sister in the bow.
Oh, she's not technically in the bow. She's just kind of like there. Well, I mean, she might be connected to the bow, at least. Well, what I saw, she was kind of just, like, right behind her.
Wait, what?
Yeah, when I did the whole thing with... He just, like, kind of does, like, a weird gesture around his, like, face. The thing with the eyes and...
Oh, wait, so you can see her?
When I used that spell, I could.
Okay, well, like, you... I mean, just since she's not around right now, I've been getting the idea that possibly it's not her sister.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, since we don't really know her.
But, like, the way she's been describing it, and the fact that she drank from what I imagine is the Grail, and we've seen her sister get more active since then. And there's, or maybe it's a figment of her sister, but I'm worried that Rayla's getting manipulated.
Maybe. I mean, we could
'Cause
just ask her.
I-
She offered. We just don't really ask. I guess because I didn't really know what to ask her.
I mean, it's just it's more of like it's a sensitive subject, and I don't know if we should bring it up to her.
Well, she specifically said that, she would answer any questions. Like she offered. I just didn't know what to ask.
Ah, okay, so that's something we have to wait for her.
Yeah.
Okay, because the Red Grail, I don't think is necessarily our friend here,
I don't know.
especially based off of that vision or memory the shards showed us.
I mean, if that's your hunch. I mean, obviously it was freaky looking.
Well, there's two. There's the twins as well. They're another hour, I think, that's aligned with the Grail aspect. And well, they're the ones that um that the Ivory Dove told me about. And we saw the Red Grail when we were in that one vision with all of that last vision.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just worried that it's influencing Rayla in a non-positive way.
Well, we can bring that up to her.
Okay. I don't know if I'm worried as to what her sister would do.
I don't know, what would she do?
If she's being influenced by the Red Grail, it would could potentially anger her or whatever, but she's obviously very precious to Rayla. And I'm worried that us questioning it would have her try and take Rayla away. Or yeah, maybe I'm just paranoid.
Listen, how about
Yeah,
I
we
be
can
the
throw
bad
this.
guy then?
No, I can do it. I don't mind it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm just asking, like, it, I don't want to mess up our dynamics without, like, discussing this first with someone. I wanted to get your thoughts on it.
I mean, it's definitely interesting.
Oh, so you do fully believe that's her sister?
It's strange. I don't know. This isn't a situation that comes up very often.
Yeah, look at you two meeting undead in your lifetime, I guess.
And the fact that she showed up when exactly? What, right after we fought the elemental, which is how far from
Yeah.
her home?
Yeah.
That's something that I thought was strange. But I don't know.
I'm just worried.
And that's perfectly fine. again, I still extend the offer of being the, does air quotes, bad guy. It's what I'm used to.
Issue, so I'll bring it up.
All right.
And you're not a bad guy, no, right?
Oh, no, I meant like, I. Okay, like, to provide an example, the girl we met before, her
Yeah.
father, he went very easy on her, which is respectable. I was, he was the one that was more positive about everything, and I had to be the more pessimistic side to counteract that, because that man was a constant, like just a torrent of optimism, which is, nice, but
Not.
I mean, having
Yeah.
always that, you always got to consider all the options. So I had to be the bad guy. That's just what I
Well,
mean.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's me this go. I mean, you told me just minutes ago to stop always thinking, or and I was like, oh, we could always escape if we need to. With the plan B and the. I don't think this is gonna. Well, I guess it was more of a downer than a bad guy.
I'll take that.
Huh. But do you know where we have to go next?
I mean, still to the capital, right?
I mean, if there's this elixir, we need to go and risk it.
Well, that's the thing. I was hoping to ask, my friend about this elixir. Maybe she might know something about it. Because all I have is a name.
Hey, you got a name, and we have a lot of books. I'm
True.
gonna get you to the huge bookcase, I imagine.
Pretty big.
Yeah. Oh,
You might be right, but
right.
should we? Is Fleet Chaser okay? I mean, I know we don't
I'm
have the
gonna
cart
go and check.
anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna actually ask the butler like if I could go see him, but I needed to recover some of my strength
I could still
because
use some
I am
rest.
worried. It's been I don't know how long it's been.
Well, that's something to check while she snoozes.
She needs the rest. She almost got burnt alive and then did majority of the damage to the giant.
Yeah. I'd also like to check some things, but
Yeah. Well, shall we go find the butler then?
I guess so.
Also, did you ever get his name?
Alfred.
Ah, okay.
Just as you set out in search for the butler, where are you going by the way to look for him? Like, what do you do?
Last time he was playing piano in this room. So that's where Andre's gonna assume he is. So he's
Yeah, follow.
gonna go to this and hope that this door was left open.
It was not, but it is quite a bit quite a bit less heavy than the other one. You push it aside without so much trouble. It's still a lot of effort. If you had to do this quickly, you would be in trouble. You pull it aside, and the stone on stone scratches slightly. Going inside, you find that he is still sitting at the piano, playing. Oh, greetings, sir. May I help with anything?
He's gonna tilt his head back to. I'm gonna gesture to Mavis.
Hi, oh, hi, I was hoping we could check on our horse.
Ah, yes, of course. He's outside in the small pen. If you'd be so kind as to follow me, I'll lead you straight to him. And he stands up, kind of brushes aside a little bit of the dust, and begins to walk towards the exit door.
Andre will follow.
Alright. What about Mavis?
Following.
Alright. He leads you to the great big doors. He himself just simply stands ahead of them. Ah, I should propose, or rather, clarify. These doors are magical and do not open to anyone that does not have the password required. The password itself is the former. Oh, this is the former master's name, Grigtrug. And as he says the name, the doors begin to slide open. If you'll follow me, it's right outside.
Of course.
He leads you outside and around the door, around the peak. You go up a rather steep incline, and you can see that there's actually a hollowed out chunk of the spike. Inside, there's a small farm along with a small cottage. No, sorry, cottage is the wrong term. Um, a
That?
small coop. There you go.
Mm.
A small coop. Right next to that coop is a rather large stable. It's clearly too big for only one horse, which is precisely the amount of occupants it has. Fleet Chaser. The stable itself is quite sturdy and has clearly been well maintained. The stone of which it's comprised is left to a near polish. And there is Fleet Chaser. He appears to be asleep currently. Next to him, you can hear the buck, 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 buck of chickens. Many, many chickens.
Oh, this is. I wasn't expecting this. So I guess you do have to get your food from somewhere.
Exactly. The chickens themselves are great. Allow for a replenishable amount of food.
A goose here by any chance?
A goose? No, I can't say we did.
Okay.
Inside. Whatever. Hmm. Andre is
Well-
going to check the path that they took to get here. Does it look recently disturbed? Does it look like there's any new disturbance?
It doesn't look like there's actually. First, let's make an investigation check.
All right. Oh, wait, this involves the thing, doesn't it?
It
Oh,
does.
yeah.
You know what other thing you need to roll, don't
Yeah,
you?
I'll do the saving throw first. Maybe I'll actually get it this time. Nope, that's a 6.
All right.
But the investigation roll is a well, it's a natural. I was gonna roll disadvantage, but that's a natural 1, so
That's real rough. Mavis, you see Andre as you're walking out. He himself crouches down to the ground and puts his ear to it. You can hear him mutter under his breath, "Come on, tell me. I know you know. Tell me your secrets. Who came here?" He seems quite angry, and after a few seconds, he takes out his dagger and begins to stab at the ground until he abruptly stops. As Andre, you learn that it's a bit rough to tell if there was any recent commotion here. Also, the ground is a lot closer to your face now.
You, what was that?
Uh,
What?
failure. That's what I would describe that as.
Did the heat earlier melt your brain?
Listen, I'm getting used to having all this stuff. All right.
You. Does the ground talk to you?
Listen, no.
Then why was your ear to it?
I know. I don't know. I can't really explain it.
God. I think I need to go eat something. This is so frustrating. How do you guys handle this?
I don't know. Also, I really don't want to say you were right, but yeah.
What? What was I right about? I'm right about so many things you just specify.
God, you're so full of yourself.
Ugh. Now I don't want to say it.
I wasn't gonna say that originally, but I'm like, do it to that conversation they just had, yeah.
Whatever that lantern thing you're talking about.
Oh, how it's can corrupt your mind and cause you to excuse cruelties in the pursuit of knowledge?
Yeah.
What, how did you get to this? How did you come to find this?
What, like literally what just happened, or just experiences I've had in the past?
Oh, wait, that was an influence of Lantern?
Kind of.
I mean, like, that kind of cuckoo, but okay.
Thanks.
No, it just, that's, like, refreshing almost.
No, no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Not
Well,
to
don't
me.
worry. I'll keep an eye on you. Make sure you don't, like, harm yourself. I was worried for a second when you pulled out a dagger. Not going to lie. But then you start stabbing the ground, and I was just like, oh, you're gonna damage your dagger. Okay. Alright, so that's something I will keep an eye on then. Alright. Time to feed the worms in my stomach, I guess.
What do you do?
I don't want to, though.
You what?
I don't want to.
Why not? It's so tasty and beautiful. You
Yeah,
can see it right across from you. A fresh
it's
baked pie.
but like
Raspberries
it's
still
evil.
ooze-
It's
ras-
evil.
The fruit still oozes from it.
My wants do not matter. Shouldn't eat though. I'm gonna ignore it.
Huh?
You
So you
think?
don't.
Yeah, nope, not gonna eat.
Okay.
So what do I have to keep in mind for future roles?
Andre, just as time passes, you do notice that Mavis's demeanor seems to be just a little bit off. Sometimes when she speaks, just the tone in her voice shakes a little bit. The way she moves, sometimes it's almost like her muscles are twitching or she's fighting against something. She looks. Gangly might be a bit of an exaggeration, but she's certainly looks odd and a little bit concerning.
You okay?
I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah. That was a dumb question.
Was it from the visions?
The smell of tasty bacon and a nice wine swirl ahead of you, Mavis, and slowly but surely waft their way upwards your nose.
Smell.
You cut out through half of that.
I was I was like, oh wait, smelling smelling them.
Yep.
Because from the first time you described it, I was like, oh, is Mavis hallucinating?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Fuck, I can't stay here. Okay, do it. I'm gonna go read some of those books.
Okay, so you make your way back to the laboratory?
Very slowly, but yeah.
Would you describe your walk as a wobble?
Yeah, there's some definite like shaking going on and like holding the wall. Mavis is walking.
What's Andre doing?
It's probably gonna just wait outside. Just just have like fresh air.
Okay.
What is air?
And Mavis, as you come back to the laboratory, you feel another scent waft its way upwards your nose. A fresh seawater, a fish, sushi, a buffet, crabs, lobsters. All of those smells, delicious, seem to come from Rayla. And there's just something about her hair. You can't quite put your finger on it. Maybe it's the luster. Maybe it's the wave in them. But they look delicious.
What?
You heard me.
You're saying her hair smells like ocean
And it looks delicious.
after we just had that experience in the ocean with the red grail. Then you expect Mavis to focus on how delicious it is.
It looks really delicious. Like a lot. Like it's hard to take your attention away from her.
No, I can't. She's not up. I can't do anything to test anything out right now. No. You know what? I'm gonna cover her more in the blanket. I'm just gonna like throw it over her head. And then I'm gonna go away.
You get close to her. The scent stronger and stronger. You catch yourself salivating for the first time in a long, long time.
Which doesn't fucking make sense. But yeah, no. No consent.
A lot of things don't make sense.
Listen, she can't give consent right now. I'm not doing anything, and I'm just gonna
Did you
keep
really
walking.
ask to eat her hair?
No, but I would ask, hey, can I test your hair for something? Because it's weird, and why does it glow red when I look at it?
I'm really tempted to DM Yash like, yo, can Mavis eat your hair? Is that fine?
I don't want to eat her hair unless it's to test it out, okay? Unless I'm doing an arcane check, I am not eating her hair.
It's such a funny DM to send.
Can we send it to her? Like, would she let
studying for midterms?
Yeah, she's studying for me. I can't do this to her, bro.
Just
I'm like,
listen. I'll do it if you guys want. Just a quick quick thing of would Rayla let Mavis eat her hair, and that's it.
Yeah, go ahead.
No explanation.
Because like she
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
her hair
yeah.
recently, didn't she?
We both did,
Good.
and we dyed it.
Do it. Ask her.
Wait, I never
What's up?
asked. Is Rayla's hair naturally purple?
Yep.
That's so sick.
It is.
I guess her parents won't be hard to spot.
You're correct. It's like an anime, like spot the protagonist. Everyone's got black or brown hair, and then one of them is just absolute pure blue or red. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, that's probably the one. Yep. Orange hairstyle that nobody could ever style. Yep, that's the dude. Except Goku somehow.
Yeah.
Goku's just got bad head.
At all times.
Okay. And yeah. Right, because we're kind of like stuck in here till Rayla's and by extension.
we don't
Oh,
have,
I
like-
got a response.
We don't have a card to put her
Oh,
in. so-
what was it? What was it? It would be so funny if she jumped in the call like right now, like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Did text me a what the fuck, but okay, I was told no.
I can't believe it.
Man, what if it was like all my abilities, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
She just stopped you from your Midoriya arc. You could be
Wow.
you could be a soft boy right now.
I could be a strong soft boy.
Yeah. You could be a monk.
Yeah.
Instead you get to
Also, doesn't he have like 50 quirks now?
I don't even want to think about it. Let's not
That's what the
regular.
last time I checked in, he has like 50 quirks.
I don't even want to consider this.
Okay, and I'm gonna read the red book while you do whatever.
Yeah, you started reading the Devouring Tantra as hunger claws at you.
Listen, there's a reason. There's a method behind my madness here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
As you read the book, you clearly, a few words catch your attention. And it starts as follows. Through the book, there are enumerations on the dangers of appetite, of passion, on the risks. But almost halfway through the book, the author seems to pivot, do a complete 180, and starts warning people against it. And stops, warning people. One page of this grabs your attention. With all those dangers being laid out, the risks of pursuing the bloody path are obvious. But its attractions cannot be denied, especially those brought by the star-limbed Hungerbringers. Those kind souls who embody the marvels and worths of life and may show them to even one completely devoid of passion, ambition, or desire. There's something about this book, as you read it, that is very clearly magical to you. You feel drawn to it. You feel yourself compelled to keep reading. You want to. I'd like you to make a charisma saving throw, please.
It's not.
What is it?
It's not a flat roll. Okay, hold on. Charisma. Disadvantage.
Wait, you have disadvantage?
Disadvantage of a lot of shit right now.
Why?
It's a 4.
Hungry. She's hungry.
I'm really hungry. But like, I've
Wait,
had
do you
that
have
even if-
exhaustion?
No.
Oh.
One of those things is your fault, by the way, Andre. Kind
What, the exhaustion?
of.
Is it
Anyhow,
I
Wait.
know that for my thing, but I don't know why she has disadvantage.
Oh, I just clicked in Daria's mind what that's about. I think Daria's too smart. Anyway, you said that's a 9, right?
Is it a
Or
A 4. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you. Neither of them was gonna cut it.
Thank
And
God.
you try and almost look aside as you hear a bit of a noise from behind you, but you can't. You don't manage to tear your eyes away from the book. You need to keep reading. Your mouth waters with each letter that passes. Resuming with the book. Should any who read this meet one, do not fear them. Do not refuse them. Let yourself devour them, and let their words that sweeten any sacrifice permeate you. And that will be the path to joy, the path to will, and the path to hunger. Your stomach growls in recognition. The book resumes. I have noted a few of them here for your enjoyment. You turn the page almost naturally. It's the only thing you could do. It's right. It's what needs to be. And there you find letters scrawled. The letters themselves don't seem to make sense. They're clearly not any sort of language you recognize, though the alphabet is definitely common. On the next page, and on the page after this, this is what you read. Give me just one moment.
Also, can I have the name of the star-limbed something?
Star-limbed hunger bringers.
Hunger Bringers?
it
Yes.
sounds. Is that a bird, please? Because that sound like that's this exact cadence of like a red-winged wombat or something like that.
Red-winged wombat? What?
Well, that's like the cadence of like some bird names that I've heard. It's like just adjective, and name.
Yeah, I saw this picture the other day. It was really funny. It's like someone was looking at a bird that had a black body and like a yellow head, and they were like, "What the fuck is this supposed to be called?" So I tried to Google it, and it's like, okay, so black-bodied yellow-headed bird, and it's like, fuck me, the black-bodied yellow-headed bird. Fuck me, that's what it's called. God damn it.
There's
Ornithologist are at it again.
isn't there like a bird name that starts with bleeding because they have a bit of red on their chest?
I
That's
wouldn't
pretty
doubt
cool.
it.
Bleeding.
Oh yeah, they have like the heart thing.
Yeah.
They like
Is it a
puff out their
heart?
chests. I forgot. I don't remember what they're called though.
Bleeding.
Anyway, we'll switch to on.
Luzon Bleeding Heart. That's what they're called.
Aw, that's cute.
Pigeon.
Anyway, what's Andre doing? As we'll switch to him for a moment.
He's just being very picturesque, just sitting on the ground, just like, wow, I missed fresh air. Like, man, I didn't think it'd be this different.
All right.
He's just chilling, you know.
How long does he chill there?
I mean, like until Mavis comes out to get him, or until it, like if it starts getting dark again or something.
Mavis
Alright.
is stuck.
Yeah, so we'll go back to Mavis then, as time passes differently for Andre. And Mavis, for a moment, you feel yourself overcome. This book, you can't think about anything except it. Then all of a sudden, it's gone.
Feeling or the book?
Sorry, can you repeat?
The feeling or the book?
The book. It is gone.
From my hands?
Only from your hands, yes.
It's just gone.
Repeat.
Did I put it back?
You're cutting out. Sorry, hold on. Let me
Hold on. Let me.
have go back. This hopefully will fix it. Go on.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
sorry. What did you say?
Did I put it back? Like in a daze, did I put it back, or is it just gone?
You look around, and the only thing you find that may have been a remnant of the book is one bit of paper on the ground. Uh, a good chunk of it is almost wet by something that's just a little bit more viscous than water. But
Gross. Is there anything written on the paper?
not really. This seems to have been one of the corner pages, so normally people don't write up to that far. Margins and stuff.
Hmm. Alright, I'm just gonna leave that for now then. There was. I mean, I really want to read the purple book, but was it influences and something about aspects that remain?
Yes.
Yeah.
That one is a very thick boy. You can
Mm.
tell that it would probably take a good while to read through the entirety of it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I really hope Andre is not waiting on me for something. Since, I'm reading a bunch of books and have no concept in time as I cannot see the sky.
I said he's just chill. Like he doesn't have anything. Like he doesn't want to like do anything else with this stuff. He was talking to people, and they were like, "Hey, your friend might be alive, kind of, but not really." And then he's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
I'll put this in notes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Then I can just read. Yeah.
I guess if it happens, if it's long enough, he'll be like, "Huh, I wonder what she's doing."
Okay.
Actually, if he would actually go check to see if Rayla woke up yet.
All right. You make your way back inside, and as you enter, you find Mavis seems to be peering over a book. Rayla, to your right, still is asleep, and from her is still the scent of the sea. Look at her. She's a bit different on account of being fully covered by the blanket now, which might be dangerous because of suffocation due to CO2 poisoning, but okay.
She's still asleep? I guess that's a stupid question. He's gonna walk over. He's gonna just try to shake her awake.
You shake very hard. Know that most people would just sway from left to right with a drawl before waking up. You can barely make out something. I'm Mormon. You don't. There doesn't seem to be any success in waking her up. Though as you get
Perfect.
closer, you do notice something about her face that's not unfamiliar to you. It's dimmer, sort of. But it feels just like that night. and Trogar. I feel like there's something you could get just by peering into her eyes if they were open. Something you need to see. But it's not really anywhere near as strong as it was back then. Captivating, for sure. Entrancing, not so much.
Well, that's just great. Hey, Mavis.
Mhm. What?
Actually, no, I got nothing.
Oop. Okay.
Why did that feel like a Batman and Robin interaction?
The
Hey,
grunting.
Batman. Yeah?
Uh,
I don't actually have anything. Go on.
mm. Gonna go back to this book of ancient lore.
Which one?
No, I'm joking. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna go do this important thing again. You do. Like going with the Batman Robin thing. Never. Yeah, she's not waking up, is she?
No.
Um, is she like radiating warmth again? That's something that's happened in the past.
Not really.
Alright. Are her eyes like moving?
They're closed.
Okay, well, do you see them twitching?
No.
Like that's a thing people normally do at some point in sleep. You know, the eyes move. That's how you can tell it's like normal. Okay.
I don't think this is normal. It's been several hours.
Oh yeah, no, I figured. Oh, last time this happened, you guys were talking to some owl or deity of some sort. I guess usually come out of that fine, if not a little traumatized.
Oh, yeah, because just a little traumatizing is fine.
I mean, there's nothing I can do about it.
I'm just messing with you. He sits down and pulls out his loot.
Yeah.
I'm kind of going stir crazy, I think. I think that's what's happening.
Oh, you have no idea.
And like, I actually. Whatever. But like, her hair smells like seafood.
What?
Her hair smells like seafood.
Yeah, I smelled that too, right? Or is it
Yeah,
just
no,
her?
that's not normal. And if I like look at her hair and I'm gonna turn on the detect magic.
Well, one thing at a time. Andre, you yourself, you do smell the smell of seawater. You don't smell anything about seafood.
Yeah, I
though.
would know seafood.
You definitely know seafood. It's your thing. That's no seafood.
Yeah,
That's just seawater.
that's-
Nothing else.
yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking. Unless you drink seawater.
No, it was seawater at first, and then it evolved. I
uh-huh.
think it's a food. I think it's like the hunger thing. That's why I covered her with the blanket.
I see.
Yeah, no, and this book was like, I don't think I'm particularly okay right now. So like keep food away from me, or like anything resembling food.
Okay.
All right, but yeah, detect magics.
Yeah.
Her hair still red.
Indeed it is.
Yep.
For the record, though, Mavis, you're no longer quite as hungry as you were before.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know why?
Ate the knowledge or the book.
Oh no!
Shock smellers.
What? Oh, that's what the con save was, wasn't it?
That was charisma, actually.
Charisma. Whatever. Same shit. Okay.
At least
Oh
it wasn't tasty
no.
book.
I fucking eat a book?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Buddy, you're made of worms.
Like a book?
You're made of worms.
I ate a book?
You are made of worms.
That's no excuse to eat a book.
You thought about
Regular
eating
people can
hair.
eat books. Like, you are IRL. Daria can eat a book if you want.
I know,
It's something you can do.
but why would anyone ever? Whatever, okay. Mavis is gonna look horrified for a second. Oh,
Yeah. Also, as you look at Andre with the detect magic, you do notice some slight changes with him. Before, all around his mask was almost a shroud of shadows, going back and forth with it. Himself is now dyed an outline of orange, and his face, only where his eyes are, shine with two perfect circles of pure yellow, like eyes, gleaming. The shard is still there and blinds the shit out of you for a moment. You want to tear out your eyes and eat them so you don't have to see anymore.
yeah, I'm gonna blink the detect magic off, be like, oh, fuck that again. Visibly flinches back. You're like, yep, shit. Rayla's hair is like red.
It's pretty red, yeah.
It's red.
It's pretty red.
Yeah. I'm speaking to Andre though. Like, yeah, no, it's red.
Cool. Starts
So-
playing. Does that mean anything or? Or, like,
How
should-
much
want me to
have
do
you
something?
changed since we met?
What do you mean?
Well, your coloring has changed a fair bit.
Andre puts up his arm, pulls down his sleeve, and looks at it and goes, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are you talking about the scar tissue?
You know, like your influences. Like before you had, I believe you had green when we first met. Now you're covered in orange, which makes sense. And your eyes are yellow now.
Huh. I don't know. Wasn't there like beige or something at one point?
Yeah. For the record, you did still see that. It was still where the mask was, and only the two circles of yellow actually beat through that.
But your face is generally still beige, but you're like outlined in orange now and the whole thing with the shard, but your eyes are yellow. Which makes sense with your sight now, but I could have sworn in the beginning there was at least some green.
If I remember right, the green was on his back, so he would not know.
Well, I guess new ones take priority, or they weigh more.
Wait, what takes priority?
I said those wounds. The aspects and their influences, they're Yeah.
What?
Like how I'm like corpse like and I resonate the most with what I assume is winter. And you've been marked by your experiences with the Forge, which have now taken priority, it seems. Rayla, whose sister has died and is now an influence of desire, and passion, and seen as the more emotional aspect. It doesn't just have to be wounds, but it just. Is it the wording that's bothering you?
I guess. I don't know, just a weird way to explain it.
Oh. Well, I guess we've all changed a bit.
I hope so.
'Cause I honestly did believe at the beginning that Rayla was following after the heart. Well, heart, yeah, heart.
Past tense?
She drank from a bloody well and is currently glowing red and was drawn to the red vision. So, I don't think she's on, at least that's not her priority anymore.
Well, I did see a weird beat coming from her. I think it was just from her head. When I had the whole thing going on earlier.
The whole thing? Oh, the eyes. Okay. I wonder if you pick up any more of the shards, or you could take on more of these abilities.
Maybe. Seems to be
And
what happened so far.
once you put together all pieces of the shard, do they then leave you?
I don't know.
Can your body even take these?
Probably not. Granted, I think it's holding back, so to speak. And that's what he told me anyway. Would give me just enough to not change me.
Can you like speak to him on a regular basis?
When I gave it a try before, it worked. Why do you ask?
Can you ask him about the Red Grail?
Sure. What should I ask exactly?
don't know about their character.
You want me to speak to a primordial being and ask about another primordial being's character?
I don't know. It just
I mean, I don't see a problem with it.
it like that.
It's really funny.
Just I don't know. He has a history with them, and our friend is being influenced by it. And someone I've spoken to, at least, I don't know. And it seems like they're in that one vision, and that they were on the other side. So I'm curious as to what the shard knows about them. I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. I guess it is kind of silly, but
While she's talking, Andre's gonna try to focus on the shard.
You try and focus on it, and you feel your focus expanding outwards.
Oh no, it actually
As
worked.
as you hear something speak. For the first time, Mavis. Andre, you hear the flint once more. Yes, Andre Timmer.
what the fuck?
Do I hear Mavis say that?
Yeah.
Okay. He's just gonna sit there and wait to see if if the shard heard that too. So he's just like, I don't know. I hope I'm not having some weird like one-way conversation or like two-way conversation.
Your companion seems puzzled. Have you been keeping me a secret?
No. I just
Oh,
yeah, you know what, go ahead.
oh, sorry. Hi. Sorry. I- this is the first time I'm hearing you. Hello. I'm Mavis.
Greetings, Mavis.
How should I refer to you?
How has Andre, my bearer, been referring to me?
Andre's gonna do like the no motion with his hand like across his neck, like please don't.
I can tell you are moving, Andre Timmer.
I think, you know, the father, the shard works.
Is there a name you prefer?
Although I have been the father, I will not remain a shard forever. The father seems more appropriate.
Okay, so you want me to refer to you as the father or father?
The distinction is of a little substance.
I feel like you know, you might not appreciate. Well, hello there. I was just curious as to what you knew about the hour known as the Red Grail.
The Red Grail. Describe them to me. I believe they are of the new that came and usurped the old, like myself.
Yes, I believe I saw them across the field in that final memory or vision. They are red like blood. We saw them at the bottom of the ocean. Um, you know, they're an aspect of their hour of the Grail. So passion, desire, etc.
Ocean.
Yes, we saw them at the bottom of the ocean.
Describe this ocean to me.
Well, originally well, it was blood red, and across from us was a coast of where people, you know,
I see.
full of life, and then we had seen the color start to fade from the water, and life lose its meaning across the way.
Believe I understand what you refer to. It is the body, the corpse of one of my companions, the tide. The Red Grail must then be her murderess, assuming it has usurped the bounty that the tide had given the world and kept it for itself. Must be devout without border to the pleasures and the passions, but only to themselves, blinded to any other. They must be quite dangerous. Any who lives harbors wishes, desires, which it controls, and desires is what they should be, which are fleeting, whimsical, and prone to change suddenly. Jealousy is what I would fear most from them. Why do you ask, Mavis?
Uh, I was worried that they were trying to influence us.
The very act of living, you are influenced by them, as you are by any of the hours who have taken over our posts.
Then, what about the ivory dove?
Describe them to me. Are they still as they were?
Uh, has a very cold library. It seems like it's skeletal remains of a bird with that's very dapper looking. Honest, they spoke to me about how knowledge of you and your kind's existence should be known.
And repeat that last word?
That you, as in father, and those of your kind should be known.
Yes. The ivory dove is the one who remembers all. He would not allow anything to be left lost to the ages, no matter how small or big. The ivory dove was the first who were not from stone. Myself and my companions never knew how he came to be. In light of what has happened after, it comes to me he too may have been from the light. Or perhaps he was the first from flesh or blood.
It's flesh and blood.
Yes.
You. Are you referring to those such as like Andre or
Cut out for half that.
shit? God damn it!
I think
Man,
it's I think it's the tone you have that kind
yeah,
of
it's.
makes
I'm
your
also slightly facing away from my mic right now. Um,
face towards it.
yeah, I'm doing that. Actually, let me mess with my gain, maybe too. I don't know if this is better or not, but whatever.
I can hear you.
Okay. I was referring, by flesh and blood. Do you mean mortals or those like Andre and our other companion?
Andre and your other companion are indeed from flesh and blood.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean this as a
Oh yeah, you think you're better than us, huh?
no. The implication, Andre.
The truth of the matter has never been known. In the end, not I, not even the egg unhatching, truly knew. No matter how mad it drove him, the fact remains. The ivory dove was, but not before we were. And it will be. He is a constant. And if ever there was a merciful arbiter, it must have been him.
Thank you.
As you've been speaking, the air in the room has grown hot. Very hot. To you, Andre, it feels almost hard to breathe. Mavis, you yourself don't have that problem. Getting quite hot. Now let me ask a question to you, Mavis. Andre and your other companion may be from flesh and blood, but you are not. What are you?
I'm afraid the ivory dove himself does not quite know.
What?
I-
Sorry, go ahead.
You heard me, right?
I heard the first half of that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I said I'm afraid that the ivory dove himself does not know.
Then I heard you begin to speak again. Go on
Okay.
and finish that thought.
No, I was just making sure you heard it.
Oh, okay. What, then, do you believe yourself to be? What goal do you have? What have you done in the past? What mark do you hope to leave in this world?
Did he ask Andre these questions? What is this? Oh, I am. Well, I hope you understand. I'm not going to answer these in order. My goal is to help my companions and not allow the world to crumble. I hope any mark I leave can be forgotten. I only want to do good, but I believe that's impossible. And what I am, well, what I am is an abomination.
The warmth in the room continues to grow and continues to build. And after a few moments, you can hear a loud, hmm. The world around you shifts slowly, and you find yourself in a barren land. Veins of red and orange pierce through fiery embers. What is this thing you call an abomination?
There's nothing else around me.
There's nothing. For a stretch of land that goes further than the eye can see, there is only the ground. And Andre, who for you, this is familiar. You've seen this before.
Mavis is just kind of turning, looking around. An abomination. I don't think I'm quite meant to exist here.
Here we go again.
What? It's true.
I told you that. Whatever.
You said it yourself.
No, I'm not. No, I refuse. Keep going.
Answered the question. What is it you call an abomination?
Humans' attempts at creating something more. I was made to embody winter. I died and I'm still living.
And that is what makes you an abomination. Correct?
Correct.
The ground underneath you begins to change slowly. And you see small bushes begin to spring forth. you can hear a small stream a bit out of earshot. You can hear the small clap of small feet and small mounds that may one day rise towards the sky, begin to grow. When I and my kin created men, created humanoids, and animals, and stones, and trees, and life. There was no such thing as an abomination. The bushes, the trees, continue to grow, and you find yourself in a very small forest. Clearly, it's still the birth of one. You can see from small strands of grass, rabbits, squirrels, small animals begin to come out. And out in the distance, you can make out humanoid shapes, cutting down a few trees and carving themselves a little home in a world. Each of these straits you have named do not equate to any sin. None of them are evil. People, through the ages, have always driven. They have always sought new. They have always sought change and evolution. The trees have grown, and the forest, now fully realized, leaves way, and you can see a small community of people having made themselves a home. Each of them is different. Some are tall, some are short. Some have thick tails, others have scaled skin, others large, powerful maws, and yet others wings that soar high and above. Each of them you can feel is potent in their own right. Some of them have powerful eyes that see deeply into the darkness. Others spit fire, as though it were saliva. And yet others still can hide within the foliage. And another, frail, unmoving, rises time and time again, each time it ceases. And there was never any shame or any outcast in the land from stone. There was never punishment or any inherent vice to affiliation to any of ourselves. The true worth of a being is what they value, what they hope for, and what they do. The community continues on growing, sparse and populous. It stops for a moment as two people, a man and a woman, cradle a small child in their arms. You mentioned before You hoped your mark on the world would be as small as possible. Why is it you deem yourself evil only because others have decided it so?
Not necessarily that I believe I'm evil. I think it's more of I cause more harm than any hate I can muster.
How? Forest all around you. Suddenly, as though a fickle amber of wrath, or maybe just fate's cruel design, is caught on fire, and the people begin to run away. In fear? Not quite. They're out. The village is abandoned, as the land once more burns to smithereens. Only now, with a strong, fertile foundation.
I was made to harm. I
Okay,
was
all
made
right,
into.
all right, Mavis, shut
Hey!
up. If I have to sit
No.
here and listen to you, ugh.
What? I'm sorry. Do you want a therapy time? He's trying to explain to me that it's natural life process for a species or whatever home someone has to be destroyed and then new roots will take place. I understand that. But that was part of natural order. What I am is not part of the natural order. My friend Andre has talked to you, I'm assuming, about. I've been dodging the question, but I'm assuming my friend Andre here has talked to you about the worms? How they'll devour everything in sight?
Andre Timmer. This will be a matter for another time. Mavis, what is it you call the natural order?
Forest fires, hurricanes, life and death.
Each of these are representations, manifestations of me and those like me and our wills. There is nothing in them that is inescapable. Each of us can be ended, can be fought, can be striven against. But only by people who have true faith. Never will someone with doubt be able to overtake any of us. Do not consider yourself prisoner to your fate. There is no such thing.
Okay. Okay. Is that all you wanted to ask?
You are the one who came to ask. And once more, the forest flourishes. The birds squeak in the air. And you can see a magnificent goose that you've seen before, definitely, start to waddle just around. Do you have another question?
Yeah, what the fuck is that? I'm gonna point to the goose.
What do you mean?
Like, is it just a goose?
I know not what you speak of.
Then yeah, no, that's all. Thank you.
I wish you well, Mavis. Andre Timmer, we shall speak of these worms.
Yeah.
The land begins to regress, fade away from your vision, as you come back to the same room you were in before. A land of stone, carved, molded. And I'd like to ask, do you guys want to keep going? Would you
Andre
like to
wants to
stop?
do one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as that's done, he's gonna stand up, take his loot, and just walk right out.
No.
That's it.
All right. About Mavis.
Honestly, if Andre didn't walk out, Mavis was planning on walking out first, but I guess she can't anymore. So she's gonna go brood in this room.
Okay. You do so. And that's where we'll end the session. I like how you two have very different